Hello. So today. I always forget the days. Tuesday. And how am I feeling today? Today, I'm just thoughtful. Um, I'm okay. It's almost, I don't even know. I think it's almost gonna be 2 months. Oh, let's count. Then his dad and we split up. Um, I don't know. I just been thinking about everything. I'm aware that I have done things probably that I shouldn't have in a relationship. I know we discussed about the whole um, lack of intimacy, um, and also he said that I was not supportive of him. I didn't listen to him. Um, Things like that. And the thing is that every day when he used to come home from work, I would always ask how was his day of work, because I was genuinely interested. Because he would have stories, like sometimes crazy stories, but at the end of the day, he would have interesting stories of what happened at work. And I'll be genuinely interested. I would actually be conversating with him and we'll be talking about it. But apparently, he wanted more than that. But he even did admit it, like when we had the talk, because when he was telling me about his girlfriend, like, yeah, she listens to me, she's there for me, she doesn't judge me when I cry. And then I told him, okay, what's the difference of what's the difference of her and I, but I was like, I tend to listen to you too, and I would always ask you how was work, how was this, but that's all I would get. Like, the answer I would get is just minor things. And he did admit it too. Like, yeah, okay, I admit I did, I put my guard down, I put my guard up a lot. Like that's, and I'm like, well, yeah, you did. So how can one be there for somebody when they have their guard up? Um, like I said, he has things he needs to heal from that happened to him, and if he doesn't heal from it, this relationship or any other relationship is not gonna work. Like myself, I had a trauma when I was a child, um, and obviously it showed again now that I'm an adult. And obviously, if I don't fix those traumas, if I don't go through the healing process, then I'm always gonna be dealing with that once I get involved with somebody else. And I don't want my traumatic events to jeopardize, my future potential good relationships, even with good guys. Um, all I know is that I already know what I want in the future once I start dating, as far as a guy. For sure, I want somebody older. His dad was a year younger. And that doesn't mean that maybe I'm not agreeing that he is mature and I'm mature at, that's something that I'm not even gonna put out there, because what's the point? But I know for sure somebody older than me. Um, and I want somebody who potentially is educated or um the reason the reason why I say educated is not because I can show off like, oh gosh, the guy that I'm dating has a degree. No. But whenever I would come home, not all the day not all the days I would clean, not all the days I would do food. But because I was, ever since I transferred to this university, every semester I've been having to take 6 classes. I'm full-time plus part-time. So obviously there would be days that I couldn't make food and I could clean, but then there were days that like I'll be like swamped with homework and studying this projects, and I don't think he never understood that. He always tend to paint a picture to me that he had it a lot harder as far as in time. He will always tell me like, oh my god, you don't have food ready, the house is a mess. And I'm like, yeah, because I have homework. I've been doing homework, I've been studying, I've been doing some projects. And then he'll be like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure you do have time. You just need to adjust your time. Like, unlike me, like, I've been working a lot. I've been working 8 days straight. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. The other day I worked like a double shift. And that I did not like because he made it seem as who was doing more than the other. And all I wanted for him to understand that it's hard, going to school, working part-time, and being a mother. It's hard. Like he didn't understand that. He would think that it wasn't easy, but he would think that it was doable to do everything, household, school, mom. And I always would think like for me just to stop the argument, I would just stay quiet at the end, because I did tell him like, dude, it's hard, it's not easy. And then he just never understood. So in order for us to stop arguing or to just drop the argument, I would just stay quiet. I wouldn't even try anymore to make him like, understand where I'm coming from. And I feel like the only way for somebody to understand where I'm coming from, that why sometimes I'm not cleaning every day or doing food every day, is somebody who has been in my shoes, who has been through school, and even possibly has a kid or possibly has other responsibilities to fulfill, not just school. So that's where like the current bond came to, that we were not on the same page as far as understanding each other, where we come from. That's the thing that I did not like. So for sure, somebody older than me, somebody who knows the struggle as far as there's many responsibilities, and knows, what, you're right, like it is hard to go to school, do this, do that, especially 6 classes. Because I remember once his brother, because out of his family, his brother's the only one who graduated from the same university I'm going to. And he asked me once, like, oh, so how's school and this and that? I'm like, oh, it's going good. Like, I think my first time in the university, my first semester. Like, oh, so how many classes are you taking? And I told him 6 classes. And he even looked at me. He dropped his mouth open. And he's like, what? 6 classes? I'm like, yeah, 6 classes. And it's 6 classes every semester. It's like, that's crazy. That's a lot. It's like, I never took 6 classes. I only took 4 classes every semester. And keep in mind that my son's dad, he will always tell me like, well, yeah, my brother, he made it through university, through college, and working full time with the kid. So if he can do it, pretty much he made me see like, if he can do it, I can do it. And then ever since he told me, his brother, like, yeah, I only took 4 classes this semester, that literally just brought like memories as to his dad just referring, if he can do it, I can do it. It's like, well, no wonder he was able to work full time, because he did 2 classes less, and 2 classes is a lot, It's not like, oh yeah, it's just 2 classes. No, it's a lot, 2 more classes. So of course, in that case, if I can do two classes less, I'll be able to work full time. I'll be able to pay attention more to the house and the food that we bring or that we eat. Um, so I don't think he even knows that his brother only took 4 classes. But I was very shocked. And yeah, other than that, and it's funny because his brother always tell him, you know what, you need to support her, not support, but like be like, yeah, help her pretty much, because it's hard, it's tough going to school. And even then, I don't think he understand how hard it was. But yeah, that's what I'm just thinking right now. I'm just thinking about everything of how we never ever, the last years, we never met eye to eye. Don't get me wrong, there would be like most of the times I was just, like I said, stay quiet or just like give in, just for us to stop arguing, because it was just too much. Yeah, that I still had feelings for him, of course I did. I need to go run. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yesterday, was it yesterday? I believe it was yesterday. He was there the whole afternoon. Like, since he was there the whole afternoon, like around 6 or 7ish, he went to the kitchen to make himself food. I just went to the room. I don't know why. I just don't want to be in the same room as him. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I just don't. I don't. It's like, I honestly don't see a future where him and I can be friends, because there's been so much hurt, there's been so much damage, that me thinking, because the way I think about friends is being cool with each other, being cool with each other, being okay with each other. And what he did to me ever since we broke up, and a month before so we broke up, it's been too much hurt, too much damage for me to be like, oh yeah, let's be friends too. No. Maybe he thinks the same, I don't know. Maybe he thinks I hurt him too. Maybe I did, and I just haven't realized as to how I hurt him. If I did, I hope to know one day, so I know I will move that forward to my next relationship. Because of course I want my next relationship to work. But we'll see. We'll see how it happens.